Dear Diarrhea full of shit. Just play along with me, myself and I, no one else, so you don't so legit. I went to Kung Fu Panda, the Chinese kitchen. There was 2 Mexicans working in there. That was funny. And I ordered a shit ton of stuff. I ordered the Kung Pao chicken, orange chicken, mushroom chicken, grilled teriyaki chicken. I like chicken. And some egg rolls and those crab rangoons. Now, I'm not gonna eat it all at once. Shut the fuck up. But they gave me 3 fortune cookies, and I got a drink. Because I was like, hey man, you know, this should be grubbing. And I'm gonna go back and get me some on my home time. The brisket and whatnot. I'm not going to get into, you know, my adventures this past week just because I don't feel like it. I needed to get home. I've been running basically night shift. They've been, you know, let's see, 2 loads and then another one, and they've been delivering and picking up like in the middle of the night, and I really haven't had a whole lot of time to get there and a whole lot of time to deliver, and they've kind of been running me fast, and you know, with no turnaround times. But so I needed to come, you know, get back and stock up the truck and you know, buy some other miscellaneous stuff, you know, bolt cutters and stuff like that. Some zip ties. I'm just looking at these. I have it here. I have 3 different sizes. I got all my stuff, you know, my bungees and whatnot. You know, I've had these zip ties in my junk drawer. I've never used them. I also got twisty ties. I do occasionally use the clips if I open a bag of chips or something. But anyway, hey, Mrs. Butt, rear with ears, butt ears, ear butt girl. Look up on the park bench. Look over there in the forest, or on a boat, perhaps. Or in the mountains of Greek, where the Greek gods hail from. It's Mrs. Buttface with ears. Mrs. Butt with ears. I heard a baby off in the distance today. It made me think of you. So anyway, God, they basically put this shit in a big Happy Meal. I was so embarrassed walking out. I managed, though. I worked through it. You know, I'm walking out with a Happy Meal with shit like this on it, you know. Felt like such a bitch. But anyway, I'll talk about all that shit later. I just don't care to do it right now. Because I'm going to go to bed at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon because, you know, I'm tired, off schedule. You know, I've been doing the night shift thing. And get up at midnight to go pick up this and then go over to the St. Louis area and regroup. Because I told them that. I'm like, you know, this isn't really my thing. So when I get there, you know, it's going to be, you know, like mid-morning and I'll have hours to run. But, you know, I don't want to just turn around and get going. I told them I could go pick something up or position myself somewhere, you know, to pick up in the morning. But I need to get back on schedule. So anyway, I just wanted to read off these fortune cookies. No lucky numbers or anything. You will have many friends when you need them. Kung Fu Panda. Fuck that. That's stupid. Who cares? And then this one says, when I need them. You got the wrong guy. I have a bad feeling about these fortune cookies. I don't think they're legit. I do like to eat the fortune cookies. I like the mild sweetness, so I'm going to put these right here on the counter and eat them later. You will soon receive support from an unexpected source. Ooh. What concerns me is why am I going to need support and friends when I need them most? Do these fortune cookies, does this panda know something I don't? Cute little panda. Where good fortune smiles. So let's see what this one says. From Mr. Loba Loba. Girl. Mr. Loba Loba. Oh, yeah. Your seemingly lofty dream will come through. Seemingly lofty dream. Not much of a dreamer. More of a sit and watch the world go by kind of guy. I got it. Kleber. I'd say, what was her name again? I'm already forgetting it. Katie Boo, but dumb bitch. I can't believe she didn't like hold out, to see if maybe I was bluffing. Maybe I was just intimidated by her beauty. And that was my, what would you call that? My escape route. That's all bullshit anyway. This is fucking around. I'm a troll. I don't know. But she decided, I don't know, maybe she got in an accident. Maybe she OD'd, on happy pills or something. Maybe she accidentally took her dog's pills or something. Why would her dog need pills? Sometimes dogs need pills. Like I was going to put, some bacon, in one of them pill pouches and show up and feed them to her. I was basically going to steal her dog, which would not be wise because it would hurt her feelings, because that's her dog. But I was going to, like she'd walk out and her dog, Cindy, would just be sitting there on my lap. And I'd be like, she loves me more than you, But, yeah, I don't know what happened with that. She's such a dumb bitch. She probably did leave instructions. Carry on without me. She probably planted a little fucking chia garden or a chia pet or something, Life goes on. I just couldn't take it. And she probably did. She probably took her dog out with her. I couldn't bear to leave Cindy behind or without me or whatever the dumb fucking, broad was thinking. Because we do actually go through Chicago. We don't pick up or deliver in Chicago, but we go right through there. In fact, I was going to go through there, but they switched loads on me. So it's almost like fate was like, and then again, we were going to send you right through Chicago so I could say, hey, Katie Boo, it's the third load they gave me. It's almost like destiny is like, come and get what's yours. Anyway. These dumb fans, they still leave, comments every now and then. Come back when you're ready. I mean, they probably suspect they're just doing their due diligence, Let her know we care. When really they're like, I'm pretty sure she fucking offed herself. I just can't believe that. That's just such a fucking tragedy. Just people are so stupid. It's just the way she was wired. She never stood a chance. Never stood a chance. What? You are strong. Shit. Couldn't be somebody like, Fatty McFatfuck who was depressed, She was jolly all the damn time. It had to be Katie Boo. So, anyway, and she fucked everything all up. All her family, friends. So, I guess. So that's that. These fortune cookies are stupid. I'm not even going to pay attention to them. I ripped them up and threw them away. So, anyway, I'm going to go out for another 2 weeks, and then that'll count. I'll be able to come home for 4 days. So, yep. Back to trucking out. It's kind of weird. When I first started working for Walmart, they had 10 speeds with the air assist clutch, which was weird. So that was new to me. And then they switched over to the automatics, which now I like. And the EPU works out well too, and how they've got that set up so it never goes dead, but I'll talk about that later. But, so I've been driving, I worked for Walmart for like 5 years. Well, 5 years, pretty much exactly. And, like the last 3 years were in the automatics. But because I went back to work for this company, even the trucks that we tested in were automatics. We just did a little quick loop around the yard in one of the hood trucks, which was kind of nostalgic, but it was an automatic. And then we were in one of the older trucks that they had that had a slope nose, and it was an automatic. I was driving around. Today's basically day 2. Well, no, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So today's the 3rd day, wheeling around in that truck. And I found myself today, going to push the clutch in. I did that once, and then another time I went to go for the stick, because you always would make sure that it's in neutral, before you started it. So that was kind of weird. It was like it's a different truck. It's not the hood truck, the whatever they were, 389s or whatever they were. It's a bitch truck. It's just, it is what it is. But it's lighter. It gets more, better fuel mileage. It is nice not having to open your door to look around that stack to stab it in a dock. It's nice to be able to just roll your window down and look out the window. But it's like some sort of subconscious thing that's like coming back to me, you know what I mean? Because I've been driving automatics for the last 3 years. I go back to work for this company. It's in a completely different truck. And I still kind of have like muscle deep, rooted in my mind, remembering to have to push the clutch in and put it in neutral, before I started it. So I just noticed that today. I didn't do it Thursday or Friday, but I did today. So that's kind of weird. Funny how the brain works. Have a good one with your ass now.